have a life, you know. This is going to be part 3 to the how to make a Sonic.EXE game in Clickteam Fusion tutorial series. Let's see how much more longer this lasts.
In hell. I'm in hell now.
So as I mentioned before, today we're going to be doing Hill, just the basic Hill Act 1. We're going to be using the Simple Sonic World Special Edition version of it. If you watched the first tutorial for this series, then you know that this is the engine that we ended up getting and the one we're going to use. Obviously there's all this going on and we're going to have to manually delete it all. But let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to want to do is find the test level, which in this version it's called Test Level Act X. And it might be different, but just find the thing where there's a level going on and there's gameplay, and that's a little loud. Just find the level where there's gameplay going on. It's just where the actual game is played. So just find that, and then what we want to do is copy and paste it, because we don't want to affect the original. We got to copy and paste it, and we just want to rename it right now. So I'll just name this to Hill Act 1. So now we know which is which, and what we want to do is just basically start deleting all of this, which does not take too long. I know it looks like a lot, but really all you have to do is like go out here and just drag select all of this. Be careful to not select any of this, because this is used for copy and pasting onto here. Only select the stuff down here just to get rid of, unless you want to keep some of it for whatever reason. Oh yeah, don't delete this. Don't delete this goal maker. If you delete this, then it breaks the whole level and you have to create a new level. So do not delete that. Also, don't delete the water level down here. You can just drag it down out of the way. But don't delete that. That also breaks the level in a way. Deleting the goal maker just ruins the entire level. Deleting the water just causes you to like not be able to breathe infinitely, I think. I'm not sure. The foreground here, it's not selectable right here because the foreground layer is locked, so you just want to unlock that, and then you will be able to just select all this foreground here. Okay, so we have successfully deleted everything. As you can see, there's nothing left except the goal maker there, which needs to be there, and the water, which is just dragged down a ton. And obviously, of course, just leave one little block of space so the player doesn't fall and die immediately for now. So let's make sure I did this correct. Yeah, I did. There's nothing left over there. If I just go jump out, there's nothing. The water is all the way down there. So now we have that. So, and if you go back in here, obviously before you start deleting everything, make sure it's not deleting everything in here too, but everything else seems to be in here, so that way we just copy this anytime we want to make another frame or another level. But now that we have all this, what we can do is start actually getting it to look like Hill.
Get away! I can't run away!
So obviously we want to import the Hill sprite sheet. Probably going to import all of them, so just find wherever you put it. I'm just going to use the normal green Hill sprite I have here. If it has a transparent color in the background, pick that color for the transparency. It doesn't apply right there, but you can see there it will apply. But if I zoom out, it just doesn't. It's weird. Oh, it's because it's using alpha channel. Use transparency channel. Yeah, make sure that's like that too, so that way it uses the transparency. So then, like, say we just go over here and we can get this here. And something I forgot to mention actually, if you if you watched the last tutorial and you made the Sonic 1 title screen here, you can actually kind of cheat around some of this and just like take this object here, including with the waterfalls, and then also take the water, and you can just kind of copy those and just paste them onto Hill. Now I believe that these smaller hills do move at a different speed than these bigger hills in the back here. If you want to mess with that, you can, but I'm not going to do that just for the sake of trying to not make this tutorial be ages long and a bunch of different topics and not too hard. But if you did the last tutorial, you can just copy this from here and put it into there. Let's get the flat green hill tile here. Best way to do it is just select it like perfectly, copy it, and then here there's an option. You can either create an active object and paste it in here and make sure transparency color is set. Make sure it's centered as well. You can either do that and then create a backdrop, just a random backdrop, color it like any color. This is meant to be like a hitbox, so color it like any color. Make sure it's set to obstacle, collision with box. So yeah, here. So just like you can also just drag that out, kind of create a hitbox here, and from that point, that's one way you can do it, which can create this. It's actually the way I recommend. It can create this cool effect. Okay, well, it's not doing it because he's not behind, the layer isn't behind the grass, but this also does kind of look cool, I guess. It does really look like he's on the grass like that. Another option you will be able to do is just the easier way to do it, but maybe the not so cool looking way. We get that, make sure transparency color is correct, and now this is a backdrop here, so we can do like obstacle. You can do collision with box if you want. You can do this, which is just an easier way to do it, but it's kind of a cheaper looking way because it's collision with box. You can see Sonic won't touch it, but you can see that he won't touch either. But the green hill tile up here, the active, he will be able to go through just because of that effect. But see this, even if I uncheck collision with box, which is collision with the hitbox, it's a little weird. He's like walking on each grass pixel, so it's a little weird looking, but it is an acceptable option if that's what you want to do. The reason I recommend this one is just because it looks cooler and is easier to play with, but this one is easier to set up because, I mean, not in this case with Hill because it's just completely flat, but with a normal zone, if you were trying to set up like these hitboxes and these actives all over the place, then like that would be quite the trouble to do. And then see, it kind of creates this cool effect. If you can figure out a way to get the green hill tile to be in front of Sonic to make it look like he's behind it and the grass is behind him, you can do that too. But this does create this cool effect here. And if you want to see with Tails, since oh wait, the debug group is disabled, I think. Okay, what I was trying to do was there, so you can see how it looks with Tails if you want, since that's really who we're going to be using. And I will real quick show you how to not be like anyone can change the characters here, because you obviously don't want that. You want them to stay as Tails. So how we do that is, first of all, this debug group, you want to shut it off so that way no one can switch. But to get it to start as Sonic, just create a start a frame all the way over here. Not group event. Change a global value, set under here, find game character, set that to 1. If you want to know how to do other characters, there's under here, I'll do that so you can see better. It actually shows here the codes or numbers for all the characters here. So if you want to just look at that real quick, you can see 1 is Tails, so we want to set that to 1. If you have a different character you're using, then like go see what character it is in there. And you may notice Eggman is not in here, so you're probably wondering, how do we make Eggman a playable character? That is for the future, but don't worry, it's possible. I've done it before and I can do it again. Yeah, always disable that or else people are going to be switching around in your game. So you can see I'm pressing the numbers. We can't switch characters. We are only Tails. We are stuck as Tails now. So we have that now. So there's that real quick. So now we kind of just want to create the whole level, which Hill is just a completely flat level. So it's pretty simple to do. You may notice when we go in here, you can see the void down here, and especially if you look down here, we'll be able to see more of it, and we don't want that. So the best way to get rid of that is just, sorry about that, I was interrupted. So as I was saying, what you want to do is select this at the halfway point. And why the halfway point? Because notice how at the bottom here it cuts off at the halfway point. So you want this to also be at the halfway point. The quick thing you can do, also I'm going to try to work quick because it's already been 17 minutes and we barely started. I'm going to try to be quick through this and just go through that, delete that, and then you paste this. Okay, well that's clearly not right. As I was saying, you want to actually just get it right there. Then it'll paste correctly. And then it will not. About there, except at the top here, cut it off the halfway. Just crop it down. And then there you go. We have tile here, this extra tile here, so that way we can just extend that down and the player cannot see past that point. Now we should not be able to see down even when we're holding down. Yeah, we can't see down there, so that's good. That's what we want. If you want to add collision to these, you can, but you really don't have to since you have this here as a collision. Now that we have that, because this is hill and it's completely flat, you could just take this and copy and paste it all over here. Cloning it would be faster, but then it adds more objects and takes up more space in the game. So I can select it all, then Control C, Control V, try to line it up perfectly. There you go. It's lined up perfectly, and then we basically just continuously do that for the whole level. Okay, I think that's a good length for now. I'll extend it or maybe even shorten it if I have to, but you just want to have it long enough to where it doesn't go by super quickly, but at the same time does not just turn into walking simulator. So you can see you can just run through here. It's just like everyday Tails running through hill. You can spin dash here, and you can see even with spin dashing it does take quite a bit to get to the end of the level. Oh, well, there's the end of it right there. If you have this title screen that from the last tutorial, or if you just have a Sonic 1 title screen that you made, you could really just steal the sprites from here instead of redoing it over here, because this has the waterfalls animated and everything. So see, you see even though it's up here, it goes down there, is because it's in layer 2, which is a different layer for like depth of field. Now this is moving because of in the title screen it has to move, so I'm going to make that static. And basically you can see it moves at a slower speed to show it's further away, so that's why you want to do that right there. There is this, if you fly up it goes past it, but if you have a way to block that, or if Tails can't fly, then you can actually get away with not needing to do that. But that actually might be a good height for it. I think I might just keep it at that, but you will have to like take this and copy and paste it throughout the whole thing. Let's go into here, and let's just make sure that it does not eventually go away. It shouldn't, since it's moving slower. If you had a background that was moving faster for whatever reason, then you might have to make it go over a bit. Oh yeah, but see, we're good here. Now we want the water, which, just like before, I'm gonna go here and just, I'll get the first one. Just copy the water. It's already animated right there, so I have that. There is a trick where you split up the water into different sprites so the water moves at different speeds. I don't really think that is necessary. If you want to do that for really extra detail, then you can do that, but I'm not going to do that in this tutorial just because we don't really need it. You'll notice it will move at the same speed of the background, which if you want that, then like, okay, you can have that. But, oh, and there's also this, oh, actually, never mind. It just perfectly covers it up, so that actually, I thought maybe we'd have to copy and paste it down, but never mind, that actually might not be a problem. But we want this water to move at a different speed. If you don't, then just paste it on the same layer. But if you do want it moving at a different speed, then what you can do is take this middle layer. I believe this yeah, just take this middle layer. Actually, what you can do is just make a new layer, put it right here, but this will mean that this layer 4 is like the new base layer. So just be aware of that. But say this new layer here, on the X coefficient, you'll notice it's 0.4 here. You just want to make that go a little bit faster. So let's do 7, and then have that be like that. So let's do that like 7, 0 point that. Make sure the values are the same. So like go into click on the 2 here, make sure it's all the same. The name doesn't have to be the same, but like, so there. So now that's like that. So just drag that into there. And it goes up higher because the perspective is different, but you'll notice it is moving at a different speed. Is it moving? It might be moving at it's not moving at the same speed as us, is it? No, it's not. But it is moving quicker than the background, so it does create that cool effect there. You're gonna have to fiddle around with it a little bit until you get it to perfectly match. Now, what I should probably do is actually flip these, so that way the background can be on top of the water here. So, there we go. You might have to, yeah, there's that. So, you might actually have to, like, get it to copy and paste more. Or what you could actually do is, say, on the Y coefficient, you could actually just make that be equal to the layer here, just so that never... Okay, well that's gonna completely screw that up, of course. So then I have that, so that way the Y stays the same as that, but that will change. Maybe that might be going a little fast. I might slow that down a bit by on here, changing that to be something like 6. Let's try 6. You'll have to play around with these values, obviously. That might still be a little fast. So, let's do 5. Oh yeah, that's good. So, now we have something like that, and it doesn't go away on the Y there. And, just like before, just copy and paste this water all the way across. So now we pretty much have hill going on. Flying up does do that, but the way to fix that is we'll change this background to just be the blue sky, so that way you can't tell the difference of it flying like that. So with the background, what you want to do is firstly go into here and just select the background color, just get that color, and then in here you want to, oh wait, this background layer might be locked, so you want to unlock that so that way you can click on it. Then there's the background here for the level. What you basically just want to do is just completely cover that with the blue, just so that way on here when we fly up and it goes past the clouds, you don't even notice that we're going past the clouds. Yeah, you can tell by this. We fly up, the water's moving quicker than the background here. We basically have created hill. So now it's just adding all of the assets and the spooky stuff, and then we'll get to adding Sonic.
Nothing, Sonic! Nothing!
So now we want to add all the assets here. So this sheet here does have like all the flowers, the trees, these things. They are split up in a weird looking way. Is there one of them like that? No, there is not. Okay. So... yeah, I guess you'd be able to just make a custom height for them. Same with these, actually, even though these are animated here. And then there's these flowers. These ones are the usual ones you want to use, but these are for, like, after you complete the game, I believe. And then there's these firm things. And then and then there's the, like, tiki heads, I guess they are. And I guess if you want to use the rock, go ahead. No one really ever uses the rock, so I guess you could. So, for now... oh, wrong tool. For now, I'm just gonna copy this whole tree thing, create the active, and then scale it big, and then paste it on here so that way you can make the tree as big as you want. That's not what I wanted. Oh, great. Well, there's that too. working my way around the situation. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Just get rid of that. Alright. So now we have this here, just a tree. So if you're using a sprite sheet that actually has the full tree just on there, then obviously you won't need this part here. But here I just have to, I don't know if that was the same Y, but I don't want to use these here. I'm just going to use the bottom one here, put that there, and then from here just copy and paste until it's the way I want it. This probably isn't the exact height of the tree, but well, it's close enough, so I just want to crop that down, get that like that, and probably just name it tree. No, tree. And these usually do not need any like depth of field effect, so I'm gonna put that on layer 4, but I'm going to put that behind this here just so that way it does look like it's behind the grass. So now it's kind of just like adding this decoration, but before we get to that, I'm just gonna real quick do the other plants here and the tiki head, just get them all on their own separate sheets, or not sheets, actives. Get their all on their, I can't speak today. Get them all on their own active objects. Alright, so I was able to get all the plants in here onto their own actives here. We run the frame here. Here they all are, animated as well. I mean, the tree doesn't have any animations, but you know how it is. So now we basically just want to copy and paste these all throughout the thing. But basically with these, you just want to like, obviously spread them out. Don't like have them crammed together like that. But oh, if I wanted to go further out, say like just spread these out real quick, and then start like, say take one, copy it. You will have to move it to back each time. And what's cool is you can make them how tall you want. So like that can be a short tree, that can be a tall tree. So like you can vary up their positions a little bit. I'm just gonna paste all of them and then I will get them going. But the trees I'm gonna do all the way, since there is something I should have remembered is that when you run up to Sonic.EXE, all the items and all the objects fade away. So remember to do that too. Alright, that's looking good. So hold on, can I multi-select? And then I can. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do then. Just select. I'm just gonna select all of these and then send them to the back. So now we have all these trees here and they're looking fine. Now, basically, just do that with the flowers, do that with any object you have, and then next we will get to the dead animals. So now that we have that, let's go check out how this looks. So you can kind of see we have green hill now, or just hill, I should say. You can see the flowers are animated. We'll change the music later. That tree might be a little low, I might adjust that. It's all fine here. There's the tree, some trees, and then it gets flat, and then around right here is where we see Sonic.EXE. So, oh yeah, and make sure you're saving, obviously. So something else, actually, I just thought about you could do is changing this position here, because if you know, with starting in hill, you actually start around a center area, and then you are able to go back for an Easter egg. So to do that, you simply just move that. Just move that starting position, and then, okay, we'll try to move it low enough to where you don't see the player fall onto the world. Just like that. So now we kind of start in the middle. So if you have an Easter egg you want to do when you go back, you can do that. And yeah, now we have this. So I will probably actually just do dead plants next. And then I'll get to dead animals, and then we'll do Sonic.EXE. Alright, so now I just have these two dead flowers here. There's no dead tree sprite in that Sonic.EXE sprite sheet, so I'm not gonna worry about a dead tree right now. Obviously, if you have your own sprites, use those, but I don't. I could make my own sprites just for this tutorial series, but that'll take quite a bit, and I'll just make it longer, so I've just decided not to do that and just use like Sonic.EXE sprite sheets from years ago. So same thing before with the flowers, just paste them everywhere pretty much, maybe make them more common to kind of give off a dead and unwelcoming vibe. And then before, just go into here, probably just do it for this one too. Select them all. And then send them to the back. And same thing with this other dead one here. Now that I've placed all those, we can kind of just run along here. Oh, it looks fine. Green, it looks normal. Oh no, wait, that is, oh dear, oh no, dead animal. Well, no dead animals yet. Dead plants, spooky, so 2011, and then EXE will be right here. So real quickly, there's one plant I missed. This right here. So that's back. All right. Now let's do the dead animals. So in the same sprite sheet there, hold on, where is it? Here it is. No, that is not what I want. So in the same sprite sheet here, they provide the dead animals right here. Now, the dead penguin and rabbit are meant to be just lying on the floor, but the dead squirrel or chickmunk up here is supposed to be hanging in trees. So, just like before, just as with the flower and plants, just like make a new sprite, they're each individual sprites so they're easier to copy and paste everywhere. So now that we have all these, you want to find the spot where the creepy stuff starts happening in your hill, which is around here for me. So then at this point, you might have to zoom in a bit more. Where did they go? Zoom in a bit more for this. So like the dead squirrel here kind of always needs to be hanging up in a tree in some sort of way. Doesn't have to be perfect, but like just kind of hanging up in tree. But these here need to like be on the floor. They can be behind the grass if you want, or they could be on the actual grass here if you want to. That's just your choice there. So you can just kind of like put those there for now here, and then start pasting them like havoc. Now you can just do a little bit first, but then eventually try to like tone it up a bit, get more of them, like more and then eventually there's actually random pile-ups in here where they're all just like stacked up like that. You do also want to create those, so just kind of they're just everywhere. It's like you get the point. And then obviously at that point stop pasting them, and we'll go to the penguin here. Excuse that, I got interrupted again. You can see why I prefer doing videos when I'm home alone, because I don't get interrupted at all. If the animals like stack onto each other like that, then like that's fine. You can do that. It's not gonna hurt anybody. And just kind of this isn't the best way to do the pile up, but it works. So yeah, if they're stacking on top of each other like that, then like that's not the end of the world. Just make sure they're still on the grass, or else it just doesn't look right. So then as it goes more into the non-scary and like back to EXE, then yeah, you can have as many of these piles as you want. And yeah, oh wait, we gotta get this guy. Really, just put him in, like, maybe we'll skip that tree, and we'll put him in this tree. We'll put him in that tree, but then we'll, like, put 2 in that tree. We'll put 3, I guess, in that tree, and then that's it. So now we have all those animals there, so now it's like, oh, look at, Green Hill. It's so beautiful, so peaceful. Oh my gosh, dead animal. It's pretty cool, and then it just goes away like that. So now we have the dead animals all here. We've finished pretty much setting up the stage, and now we can really move on to EXE, and there are different ways you can do this. You can either, one, have a trigger pop up, and when it touches that when Tails touches that trigger, it goes to another frame, which is like which creates like some cutscene. of Tails just walking up to Sonic.EXE, or you can do it in the actual frame itself. It's easier to do it on like a separate cutscene frame, but it does look cooler to do it in the actual level, but it is a bit harder to do. But I will show you how to do it, so let's get to that.
So saturated, he became corrupt.
I didn't realize that I did not unpause the recording, so all I did was just add a tree here and then get Sonic in here with 2 frames, one of his eyes closed and open. Make sure it's set to 0 so that way it doesn't change, because we're going to change it manually. And yeah, so all we're just going to do, have a trigger happen when Tails touches that trigger. Sonic will be in the frame, and then Tails will walk over to him, attempt to touch his shoulder, and then he'll open the eyes, and then we'll go to like the next frame and stuff. And something that since it didn't catch in, I'll say it again. You don't want to put them on the very edge, because you want this to all still be covered up. So you can put it on the edge, and if you're able to squeeze it in there, you can get it on the edge, but I'm just going to put it there for now. If I'm able to move it and we can adjust it a bit further, then like that works too. But there are many different ways you can do this trick within the level, so I'm going to show you the way that I'm going to do it. It's probably not the best way. It's not super hard. It's probably not the best way to do it, but it does work really well, and it does get the effect to work good. So we will get to that right now. Okay, so first thing you want to just do is create the object that will trigger the cutscene. So just make an active, grab like any color, fill it up, and then just drag it to cover all the area. Since Tails can fly, if Tails isn't gonna be able to fly in your game, then you don't have to worry about making it high up. But if Tails is gonna be able to fly, which you probably should take away the flying ability from him at one point, or actually just take away the jump ability, like don't allow him to jump, then you still just want to drag it all the way up to here. That might not be the perfect position, but that's just what I'll do for now, just in case. Actually, I might have to move it closer. So first, some things we want to do is when the player touches this, we want you to basically lose control of the player, and that you just won't be able to control Tails. So you can do either this object with the player or the character sensor. It doesn't matter. They'll both do the task right. So I'll just do the player ball here. So collisions. I believe you do have to do overlapping with object for this one specifically. You might not have to for this one, but then just find wherever that collision box. Oh, is this it? I'm not kidding. Where the actual did it go? Up, here it is. I believe this is it. Let me make sure. Yep, this is active 3. I'm just gonna rename that to I'll just say cutscene trigger. We'll just do that. So that way then what we want to do is in group events, we want to deactivate player. You want to deactivate player movement, control, and animation. Sorry about that. For the 3rd time, I think I got interrupted, but I actually had to go get food for my snake, so that was kind of a better reason to interrupt me. But as I believe I was saying, I was gone for like an hour. So as I was saying, you want to just disable all of these, the player movement, control, and animation. So basically when he touches this, we will lose all control of Tails. He'll just be frozen there, stuck in whatever animation he gets stuck in. So I'll show you what that looks like. So see, I'm pressing the keys, I've lost all control of Tails, but he is stuck in the running position, so obviously we don't want him stuck like that. This does have the animation of Tails like this, like, oh, Sonic, hey, what are you doing? So we have these right here, and we're just gonna take these, copy them. If you have your own animation, then just put that animation into where's Tails? Here he is. Just put that just put that animation into I'm sorry, I just got back, I can't see. So just make a new animation. I'll call it scene X, I guess. That's what I'll call it, scene X. We'll do that. Make that transparent. And then I'll just copy that. Crop down the sprite there. And then what I might do is just, better way to do this is just copy that, then copy this sprite, and on here, just kind of get its same position. Yeah, there you go. So then there's that. Nope, didn't do that. Make them centered so they can change. So now we have that. We want these to be 0 because, actually, no, we don't. We want them to be slow because we're gonna have this be like, we're gonna have him be like this for a little bit, and then he will change to that animation. So maybe make it like, oh, okay, hold on, you gotta do it here. Maybe make it like 10. I'll just do it from this. Make it like 10. Yeah, hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, okay, that works fine. So now we have that animation, so you can put that in the ideal, but then the normal ideal, actually no, you don't. Just don't put that in the ideal. So change it to scene X. So now basically what that does is it looks weird from here. Oh yeah, because they scale it in all the way here, so you might just want to do that. Just like crop it in all the way. Okay, well, I copied all these and I'm just gonna do this now. Whether that will change good with this, I don't know. We're about to find out. You just kind of gotta play around with it. It really depends on like how your animation is. So yeah, that's not perfect, but I mean, we want to get it to like be perfect where it doesn't look super weird. We can like change this to, from what it looked like, it needed to be a bit more down, like down like that, maybe there, and there. That just needs to be one lower. We can try that. You really just gotta experiment with this, see what you can do. This tutorial is an hour long. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that looked good. So that animation does play a little bit too fast, faster than I intend. So I'm gonna change that to be like 3. It's gonna be pretty slow, but we'll see how it goes. I also just realized something. There's code that changes Tails' animation speed, so you might just manually have to add enough frames to where it looks slow enough. So I think that's good for me. So after that animation plays and it's done, we want him to start walking towards it. And how do we do that? Well, what we're gonna do is a little old trick of mine that is not the best way to do stuff, but it does work, I guess. Want to create an active. We want to go get Tails. You can do his walking. I would do his walking, but you could really do any sprites that you have for him, just for like walking up to Sonic.EXE. If you have like certain sprites for that, then you just put those in here. We just get Tails sprites, we'll loop them, make sure they're not too fast, because he's technically going to be like tiptoeing up in a way, or just going slow. Yeah, probably 10. That'd probably be what we'd want to do. Do Tails walking up. And then we want to move that all the way over here, and then try to match the exact. Also, I should make sure that yeah, it is okay. We want to match the exact position of Tails when he stops here, and that can be different depending on the speed you're going, like depending on when the hitbox will trigger this. So the best way to do that is just go into here and we'll just do find this, and we'll just set the position to be relative to I guess I'll just, you can do either this, or Tails himself. I'm not sure which one will be the most accurate. I guess you can just experiment around, but I'm just gonna do this relative to player. So we'll just set the position to that when we overlap that. So yeah, that's something else you want to do. Just have that not be visible at the start. We'll start, turn that off. So now we just want to quickly add this. Yeah, I think bouncing ball is what we want to do. Change that, make it only go that way. Make him go slow. I'm not sure how slow we can. No, you're not able to see it. So we have this now. So what we want to do is at start of frame, stop this movement. And when, actually no. Okay, here's what I'll do. Here's the best way to do it. We'll go into here, find this. We will have to, on this, we'll have to copy and paste it quite a bit, just for however long you want him to stare until he starts walking. So I'll just do up to there. So that'll run all the way through, and then we can actually just say has animation finished, scene X. So we can say when that's over, because if we only have one, then the second it goes to that next frame, it'll keep moving on. And we don't want that. We want him to stare for just a little bit before he goes. So then we can, well, first we should make it reappear, and then make the movement start, right? Yeah, that period. And then we want to go hide the original Tails player when we do that. So, where is it? Here it is. And something else I should have done here is on his Tails himself, we want to, actually, I don't think it matters. I think it hides them anyway, but I'm just gonna make them invisible. But, yeah, with the animation of that, when that's over, we want to hide that, and just that too, just in case. So that way those hide, and then Tails starts walking. So, okay, it's tough to explain. I'll just go on through here and you'll see. Okay, I know what I did wrong. So, on animation scene X is over, you want to destroy this cutscene trigger here, or else it just won't move for some reason. And the way I just tested it, he went too fast, so gotta tone down that speed, and I'll show you how that looks. So he's running, see Sonic, and then he's walking towards them, while the camera doesn't follow him because we can't do that, so obviously he keeps going. We don't want him to keep going. So what we can do now is get it to where when he stops at Sonic, he touches Sonic. So when he goes up to Sonic, there's this animation here of him just kind of reaching for Sonic. So we'll just copy that, go to Tails, we'll make a new animation. I'll just call it reaching. We'll just do that, make it that, crop it, center it, nope, center it. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how this would look with, hopefully it won't just like teleport around like crazy. Oh, wait, I forgot something on here. Just loop that so that way it doesn't close itself, and then we'll say, when, where is, okay, when this is a collision with another object, which would be, where's Sonic? Where'd he go? There he is. Sonic, it's a collision between them. Find where Tails is, here it is. We, under movement, we stop the movement, and then, under animation, change it to reaching. And then I'll do the Sonic eyes. Let me just make sure this is working. You can tell in my voice I am super tired and clearly am having a hard time doing this. So he's walking up. So yeah, that works. It's just might have to make adjustments to the positioning on there. So if you have a different animation, then it can depend really. So I might just like drag that up like that. And what I will just do here is so after he does that, what we can just do is fire. I should probably insert if I'm gonna do this, if I'm gonna roll through this next thing, we do only one action when event loops, and then we fire a timer after like 2 seconds maybe. We'll just call this open eyes. You can call it whatever you want, just something that you'll remember. We'll do on event open eyes. Did I type that in right? No, I did not. Yeah, make sure you type in the same thing or else it's not gonna work. So on that event, what we can do, find Sonic. Here he is. On here, we just simply, because we put them in one animation, we actually just want to change the frame to be 1 because the first frame is technically frame 0 in this. So we just change that to be 1. Obviously, we'll hide the green object, and you can make Tails go as fast as you want him to go. Yeah, that works good. I might just change, I might change this to just be 2, nope, change that to be 1 second just so it's a bit quicker. Okay, and then we just hide that. So there's that with Sonic there. So now what we should probably do is music.
Where'd the music go? Where did the music go?
For music, what we'd want to do is we need to get the hill samples, and I did not have them prepared before, so excuse me while I go get the hill samples real quick. Alright, so I have the themes now, so we want to create another trigger object here. Again, drag it all the way out like this. Just basically cover the whole thing just so Tails can't fly over if he's able to fly in your version. What we're going to do is start fading out the normal Green Hill theme, and we will just fade in the hill theme. So what we'll do is create a group here. So we'll say Green Hill fade out, and in here we'll say always under sound here, samples. We'll set a sample volume. Find sit. Yeah, this is it. So on this here, we can set it here straight right away, but if you want to create a fade effect, what we do is do sample volume. Oh, and we have to enter the, oh geez, we have to enter the name, so like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that was the problem. You have to put it in quotation marks there, just so it catches it. Then we'll do -1, so that way basically that's always fading in out. So if we play that right now, you'll notice, why doesn't this ever work? I was having a little bit of an issue, but then I remembered you don't actually want to put it in there. You just want to leave that blank. Have it just on a start of frame. Have it play the sample, and then in a group here, have it always do this. So you select your sample, and then sample volume. You get that by going here, clicking sample volume, and then make sure you put the name in quotation marks of the sample, and then -1. And then on is the player overlapping the hill music trigger. We activate this group because at the start of the frame you want to deactivate that group. And then when you go over that, it will fade it out, and we kind of just do the same thing. So I'm just gonna copy this, rename it to hill fade in, and on here we'll just delete the whole thing. We'll set a actually we need to upload the, yeah, hold on. So set sample volume, we'll browse from file, find where it is. Here it is right here. I'll copy the name right now just so I can get it right, make sure. Yeah, that'll play. So we have that there, and then under here, sample volume, put the name in there, get rid of the .mp3, then put quotation mark there, quotation mark there, and then +1. So now we have that, and then at the start here, want to deactivate the hill fade in, and then here, activate the hill fade in. I'm stupid and did not play it at the start. My bad. Something I should have done is at the start here, you want to play and loop the Green Hill sample. Where did it go? The Green Hill remix. You want to play and loop that. My bad. And then, you also want to play and loop, is this? Nope, that's not it. This is it. Yeah. We want to play and loop this for now, but at the same start of frame, we want to pause it and actually, yeah, we want to pause it and set it to. So pause sample, pause that right at the start, and then also set its volume. Just gotta make sure that's the right one. Set the volume to 0. So then this will add to that, and then that should make the effect. This is why I need to test this stuff before, but it just takes longer. So we go over it. I'm stupid again. Resume a sample. Resume it. I swear it should work this time. There we go. So you'll notice that will fade in. It's a little bit loud. Even if we go over this again, it's fine. So then this is just stuck like this, and it's just like that. So now that's done with the music there. So we turn off that. So we kind of have, this is what we have right now. Hold on, before I test this, let's do something else real quick. Let's do, when we touch this cutscene trigger, the music will fade out, and I actually even forgot to do, like, the static effect with Sonic, so, sorry about that. I'm all over the place, I'm tired, and my day is flying by quicker than I want it to, so, copy that, just change this to be fade, well, I don't care. Do this. No, don't delete it. Go here, same sample, minus, deactivate that at the start, but then when this gets overlapping that, we want to activate the fade out, and we also want to deactivate the fade in, so that way they both aren't fighting against each other to try to fade it in and out. So now that creates an effect like this, so we're just running, chilling out. We got cool Green Hill, and all of a sudden, oh no, dead animals. The music is all spooky now. Oh dear, whatever will I do? Then we're running up, and fades out. It's a little fast-paced, but Tail starts walking. We'll add the static and music here. Goes up, then Sonic's there. And, yeah, there's that. Yeah, we'll just do the static effect right now. So obviously you're gonna need static, which I believe I have a static sprite somewhere. Let me go hunt it down real quick. I've made many canceled EXE games, so there should be. I can't remember where I don't know where I got these, so just look up static. Even if it has a watermark, like you can see here, there's a watermark. It doesn't matter. You know why? Because we don't want it this big, obviously. We want to scale it down just to fit the frame. And something else I'm just going to do for better effect is just go over here, flip that, then go over here, flip that. Do this, and then it's not the coolest looking static, but like it'll work. It'll work. To get that to stay with the frame there, turn off these, set that to no. If you go on here, you'll notice that does just stay there, and it actually does not go up all the way. Oh, that's the wrong object. Hold on. Bear with me here. I'm overtired. I just want to finish this. So there, no, it's not. It's still not. Okay. Okay, now it's covering the whole thing. It's not the coolest looking static, but I mean, hey, you can use the static fade in, and then kind of just do the same thing, an always event, and then need to find the static on here. It's on there. We go to effect, compatibility, set semi-transparency, then find the static down here again. Go to effect, compatibility, get semi-transparency ratio, plus, right, plus, no, minus 1. We'll do -1, and then at the start of the frame, we want to set semi-transparency to be 128, so that way it's fully transparent, and then subtracting this will make it be more visible. And what we actually might want to do is replace that. We'll do maybe every. You can vary with this if you just want to see what you like. I'll do every 30 milliseconds. We'll do that, and then it's kind of same thing at the start of the frame. Deactivate the static fade in, and then when Tails starts walking, so when this is over, we'll activate the fade in. And then there's the sound effect too, if you want to add that, but first let me just make sure this is working. Music fades out. You can see the static slowly fading in there. And then from there we'll move on. So I might make that 20. Yeah, I'll do that. And then yeah, there's the sound effect. So with the sound effect, it's like same thing as before. Go find the sound effect online. I'll link in the description. I think I already have it. I'm gonna go track it down, but for playing it, what you want to do is drag this into a brand new line here. What did I do? Drag this into a brand new line and add a one action, one event loop. So if you add it in here, it's gonna break a few things. So just do it in here. We'll play a sample, and I will see if I have it. I believe I do. I think I have the effect, and I'll link it in the description so you can go see it, but I believe, yeah, I found it. So this effect here, where it's the static's just getting louder, even if it isn't able to play all the way through, then like that's fine. But yeah, just play that. If you have a different sound, you can do that too. But just play that sound whenever you want there, and I'm trying to think, what else do we really need to do? I'll think about it. Oh right, we need to take away Tails' ability to jump, if you want to either at some point in time or just take it away all. Alright, so let's just see how this goes first. So yeah, the sound plays. Can't control Tails, can't do anything. And yeah, that's kind of just getting more and more. So because I'm a dummy, I cannot figure out how to take away Tails' ability, or just take away the player's ability to jump. And as simple as it sounds, yeah, Simple Sonic Worlds is not as simple as you may think. So I'm going to show you the cheap way to do it. I want to do a backdrop. Make this just... We'll do red this time. And then just basically make this as big as you want to take away his jump ability. Because we don't want him to like fly over this or touch this at the top, because then that's gonna like cause some weird things to go on. So you just want to make this as big as Tails, like as big as the player is, which That size seems about right, but let's go make sure and see. If someone wants to let me know how to get them to, how to take away the jump ability, then that'd be really appreciated if you could. Right, I probably should have turned on collisions. Okay, but yeah, we could probably put it down a bit more. And, over here. So just enough where you can squeeze under it like this, but you basically cannot jump. Just enough, so say like that size is perfect there, and then just drag this out all the way to here. In case, just turn this up all the way, and to make it transparent. So now, we head over here. Music fades in. Oh no, dead animals, spooky, so original. Oh no, I can't jump anymore. If you do go over here, you are able to jump, and then you can tell the barrier's right here, but once you get under here... Oh, hold on, I should probably show you cannot fly over this whatsoever. I'm holding the right arrow key. By the time he gets to the point where he could get over it, he'll be tired, so that won't matter. He'll try to keep jumping. Can't control him. Static fades in. Tries to touch Sonic. He gets the EXE eyes. So now what we can do, I was trying to figure out how to do it from there. I couldn't figure it out. So after this, let's do on timer event. We'll just set off another event. Do one after 2 seconds. Actually, I'll just call it hello. Because at this point, this will take you to the frame where it says hello, do you want to play with me? So, do hello. And then basically, right here, just set this to go to whatever your next frame of like, hello, do you want to play with me? Just set that to be that frame there. Well, after the data select here, basically, at this point here, this data select, for now we set it to this character select, but on Hill, we just set that to Hill Act 1. So then that takes us to Hill Act 1 right here. And then we have all this. So at this point here, just make this go to whatever frame you want to have for your, like, hello, do you want to play with me? Or whatever message you want to have. And that should pretty much be it. So let's see the entire thing. Alright, and this comes up good. We'll just full screen it. And then we have the data select here that we had made in an older, well, made in that older tutorial, and then I showed you how to create the sky effect. So we press enter. He does the laugh. Then, here we are at Hill. We start in the middle. We're just going over here. And then, oh no, dead animals. Oh no, music's spooky. Oh no, game is getting spooky. Everything's dead. Spooky. We go here, can't jump anymore. Music fades out, there's Sonic. Static's coming in, we're going towards him. Try to touch him. And at this point, it would take you to whatever your next frame is going to be. But obviously, I don't have one there. So there you go. You finally got another tutorial on how to make a Sonic.EXE game in Clickteam Fusion. And this one was for making Hill and the whole sequence of Tails going and all that. Oh, I'm tired. Time to edit a 2-hour video. Alright, I'll see you in the next tutorial. Goodbye.